There comes a point, I think, in a lot of people's career where you realize I can keep writing these things for academic audiences and students and reach, a couple hundred people a year, or I can take this stuff into the streets. And I really wanted to take what I do in my classroom out into communities and give it to people who don't necessarily have access to a campus like St. Louis U for lots of different reasons, many of which have nothing to do with them, right? So who does St. Louis University exclude? I want to reach those people. And so I talked to some of my colleagues, and I just basically very clearly said, I want to make my classroom mobile. How do I do that? So we came up with the idea of putting it in a truck and just taking it out into the streets. So the inside of the truck looks a hot mess right now, but that's not the important part. It's what's outside the truck. So we pull up into a space. We pull out 5 retractable signs that are 31.5 inches wide, 83 inches tall, and then one's 5 feet wide, 83 inches tall, that have the sort of guts of the museum, like why we should practice radical forgiveness, what it is, what it looks like, what these paths look like. And then we have clotheslines strung up. And so when people paint their bias and ask for forgiveness, they go and put it on the clothesline. So over the course of the day, the clothesline fills up with all these different canvases of just people's most inner, deep, secret thoughts about communicating across difference. And it's really beautiful to watch, because you know that for some of them, they let that go and left it on that clothesline, right? And then for some of them, no, they tell you, I'm still holding on to this, I'm not ready. But so it's painful, but it's also very beautiful and relieving in some ways. It might look like chaos, it might look like art activism, it might look like fun, it might look like tears, it might look like smiles, it might look like triumph. It just really depends on what things are doing in any given moment.